So, the last unusual, exciting, or adventurous thing I had instigated is probably the trip to the Balkans, but I'm kind of known to instigate adventurous things, so I mean they happen pretty much every day, but maybe one of the last ones that I can kind of think of on our cross country cycling trip. My friend and I, well, we didn't have a lot of money in the first place because we're post grads and we don't have jobs, and we decided to ride our bike across the country for charity. And we were in Lake Tahoe, and we really wanted to get out on the water, but we didn't have money to rent anything, a kayak or a boat or absolutely anything. So we decided to kind of meet local people and see if anybody who was renting a house on the lake would be able to kind of just let us use their boat for free for a few hours, or even half an hour. And so it was just kind of getting over that fear of talking to people and just kind of getting yourself out there, telling them about what we're doing, and asking them if they wouldn't mind, letting us use their boat. So we ended up renting a rowboat from someone, and then somebody actually took us on their jet skis, and then someone else actually took us on their boat, and they took us parasailing. So that was adventurous and amazing, and we met some amazing people along the way as well. Something that you would probably not know by just looking at me or hearing me speak is that I actually grew up speaking Polish at home. I was born in Poland and we moved to the United States when I was 4, so we only spoke Polish at home. And when I was a child and I said any word in English at home, my parents would actually make me run and go get a dictionary and translate it. And now, I mean, that was annoying when I was younger, but now I'm very thankful because I am fully bilingual. So that's something you probably wouldn't know. My best and worst quality. My best quality is probably not really being afraid of trying new things, kind of being open to the world. And my worst quality is maybe kind of lacking in consistency sometimes. I try a lot of new things, and sometimes I wish I stuck with them a little bit longer. So, interesting details about my life. Well, I ride my bike everywhere, and that can be pretty wacky. Sometimes I dress up and ride my bike as well. I find really random jobs on Craigslist. I mean, Craigslist is full of really weird things. So, my Hawaii chaperone job, I was working with international high school students. That was actually found via Craigslist. I play piano. I've played piano for 16 years. I speak English, Polish, and German right now, and I'm trying to learn Swahili and Khmer, and I'm working on Spanish, but that's going a bit slower. And I think maybe the one thing that kind of makes me stand out from my peers is that I decided to take the untraditional way after college. I don't have a real job. I'm not back in school yet. And I'm just kind of experiencing life and learning about what's really important, kind of getting my priorities in check and just realizing where I'm actually able to be the most useful. So I'll find that at some point. My favorite conversation topic is probably travel. No surprise there, but I really enjoy speaking to people about their cultural experiences. And actually, I also like talking about people about where they're from. So if we were riding across the country, many people haven't been outside of the United States. So learning about what they do for fun in their small little towns with a population of 200, and what they do for work and life, and how they feel about religion. I try to stay away from controversial topics, but I'm still interested in what kind of makes people tick. Um, my pet peeves, I don't really have many pet peeves, but I don't like people not listening. When you're trying to, I mean, sometimes I don't listen. I mean, we're all guilty of this, but when you're trying to get your point across and somebody's just unwilling to hear, they're just not, they're actively trying not to hear what you're saying, and they don't want to accept it, and they just kind of interrupt you. I don't like that. And people who push my buttons, I'm pretty tolerant and I'm pretty open, so I'm able to deal with things that might frustrate me pretty well. How do I handle stressful situations? I think I handle them pretty well, and I actually think I work very well under pressure. I was a bit of a procrastinator in college, so all of my papers were usually written at the last moment. And I was actually trained as an EMT, and when I was doing my ambulance rides, I felt just very clear headed. I knew what I was supposed to do. I was really scared beforehand, but as clear minded, I just knew what I had to do, and it was really surprising to me. I think this is probably the most stressful time of my life right now. Even though I'm very happy and I'm content with what I'm doing, I do have to pay my student loans off each month, and society and my friends and family are kind of pressuring me to get married, to get a job, to have a proper career. And I'm just not ready for that. So the one thing that I do is I just keep myself happy. I try to surround myself with good, positive people, and I ride my bike and I volunteer and I just do things that are kind of positioning me in a way that I will. These things are helping me find my path. Um, so overall, I think I just kind of stay true to myself, and that's how I'm able to deal with any situation that comes up. So, my background that would make me a good fit for this show is I was a pre med student and I was very interested in kind of medical anthropology, and that's actually what I ended up doing a little bit of on my Fulbright. And I'm just so interested in how people deal with their health and their ailments. It's so fascinating to me. Here, I'm actually a volunteer medical interpreter, and I hear people speaking about various traditional methods that they use to keep themselves healthy. And sometimes I see that doctors actually look down on these methods, and I think that overall, I would hope that people want to become educated on these various methods and maybe just become more accepting and not shun people who are using them, but just kind of accept it as a, as a cultural thing. That's usually what it is. So I'm interested in just learning about it. And honestly, this is one of my life's goals, to travel around the world and see how people stay healthy, how people are able to keep themselves happy both mentally and physically, and just keep their soul content. It's fascinating to me, and I would love to be on the show, and I think you guys would enjoy having me as well. And really, this would be my dream, and I would be really, really happy if you guys chose me. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to even send this video in. I hope you have a wonderful time, and looking through all of the submissions, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Bye.